Chapter 809. I'm very interested in this. I am very interested in this. So at first, I was prepared for this arc to have a bunch of very corny jokes to me about Oda and his petting zoo fetish, but reading this chapter, color me official. Real talk, color me official, man. So what I really like about this cat chapter is when they start talking about the cat viper, the other king of the island. The dog king. One of the things he says like, "Yo, it's really to our benefit to just keep the shift going from 6 to 6. Let's just keep the shift going. They won't have a chance to rest." And when he said that, I said, "Oh shit, that is a really, really good point. That is a valid point that he just made there. If you continue to fight one set of enemies and then the next set shows up 12 hours later and they fight in a completely different way, you can't ever adjust. And as that fatigue starts to wear down, you have no choice but to retreat." That's actually really brilliant. And when you look at that two-tier system where, for half of the day it's ruled by one person and then the other half of the day it's ruled by another, that makes it one of those mythical places where, they say like, this place has never fallen to an intruder and everything. I like this idea. I like this. This has me interested to see just how the carnage and everything fell to a point where Chopper had to go through and heal. I mean, this is interesting, man. I like this. And what I really like, though, is how once again Oda, he hits you heavy hand, soft hand. So he starts out with the soft hand where the Dog King is like, "Yeah, that straw hat fits you pretty good, Luffy. Yeah, I once met a dude on these seas. He had a straw hat like you." And at first I was like, "Oh, okay, Roger wore a straw hat." And I said, "Wait a second, Luffy got that hat from Shanks." And then sure enough, the Dog King's like, "Yeah, his name's Shanks. He's one of the four emperors." Luffy's like, "Oh yeah, Shanks, man. That's what's up, man. I'm actually holding on this hat for him." And then the Dog King falls asleep. And what was so funny about that is Luffy does that shit to everybody all the fucking time. Luffy will just nod off and go to sleep on your ass and won't think twice. He'll be eating and then go to sleep and then wake up and start eating again. Like, that's so funny. Luffy got a taste of his own medicine. So I mean, I really enjoyed that part of it, man. I really enjoyed that. That's pretty hilarious to see something like that going on. And when you get like the whole breakdowns of how the island works, of how when it gets to one part of the time one king rules, another part of the time the other king rules, that's always been something I found really interesting about One Piece. Like every island that you go to, every single island has its own set of rules. And it's just like, to put this into perspective, you have some authors who, when they do world building and everything, they struggle with it because they got to come up with different cultures and in some cases languages and mannerisms and all these other things. Oda just effortlessly shifts us between island to island. There's some similarities between all the different islands, but for the most part, and I will say this real quick, like the similarities are largely due to the fact that the Straw Hats are on there. But even the Straw Hats themselves, they all come from different backgrounds. And Oda just meshes everything all together. Like, I was always told that when it comes to One Piece, the one thing that the author does really well is the world building. That's the thing he does better than any of the other authors who were in Weekly Shonen Jump as a part of that big three. So that'd be Eiichiro Oda, that'd be Tite Kubo, that'd be Masashi Kishimoto. And I see it. I mean, I've seen it for a while, but I mean, chapters like this just really show it to you, man. It really shows it to you. And what I also like is, like I've been saying for a while, like I want to see Luffy with a billion berry bounty, right? Well, this Jack dude actually has a billion berries for his bounty. So it's just like, good lord. If he's got a billion, where the hell was Gold Roger, the king of the pirates? What was his? Like 20 billion? Like, this is nuts. 100 billion? Like, whoever called him is rich as fuck, man. Like, this is nuts to get something like this, man. And so, what I really like is how when Jack tries to slap them around, right? What ends up happening is the king catches it. He catches his trunk. And he basically looks at him and he says, "Look, I don't think you understand. I don't care what your bounty is. You come here starting on this shit, I'm going to handle you. And what I also like is the fact that, once again, he gets told, like, yo, we don't have a samurai here. We don't have a samurai. Like, you really need to chill out. You can search the island. If he's here, you take him. If you search the island, he's not here, you can get your ass on somewhere. And then we get to a point where the Cat King, Cat Viper shows up. And when he shows up, he says, like, I wouldn't let a filthy samurai onto this island. And he proceeds to start the fight. And so what makes me just kind of scratch my head again is Oda did this on purpose. He separated Momonosuke and Kanjuro and Kanemon. He separated them. But here's my thing, though. What's Oda setting up here? Because they clearly have something different. Like, Momonosuke went to a room and said he wouldn't come out. So you know what that tells me? Momonosuke knew what kind of island this was. How the fuck did he know what kind of island this was that he knew samurai weren't welcome? And I also like how, you know, we did get the tidbit where Caesar made the gas and Doflamingo distributed it, and now it's in the hands of Kaido. Like, okay, whatever. We knew that this was, you know, the case. I'm not really tripping off that, but, you know, I am interested about the Momonosuke and Kanjuro and Kanemon angle. I want to know from you guys what you guys think. But, as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.